So you've made it to lesson 3. Congratulations and good for you. You are doing great. Remember to practice, 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 and you will soon get the hang of this because it's super easy and a lot of fun when you do it right. So far in this course, we've learned a couple of basic major chords like G, C, and D. And that's helped us learn a couple of basic songs like Sweet Home Alabama. If you're a member of my Patreon page, then you've even learned how to play. In lesson 2, we learned about the difference between major chords and minor chords. And we played a couple of songs that sound great with a well-placed minor chord thrown in. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. If you're still working on them, then don't worry, that's absolutely fine. You can carry on watching lessons 1 and 2 as much as you like. And be sure to sign up to my Patreon page for extra material because you'll get bonus PDF worksheets to accompany every single lesson for every single song that I teach you. One of the songs we had a quick look at in the last lesson was Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. We didn't go into too much depth, we just saw how the verse was made up of major chords. But in the chorus, the chord of E minor puts a whole new complexion on the song. Well, today I'm going to break that song down for you even more, and we're going to learn a brand new technique with our right hand. So throw away that plectrum, because today we're learning all about fingerpicking. Fingerpicking is a great technique to make you sound like you're doing a lot more than you really are. For example, take a listen to the first 2 bars of Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. It sounds like you're playing 30 or 40 different notes, and how on earth do you remember them all? Well, the answer is all to do with chord shapes and patterns. With the fingers on my right hand, I'm repeating certain patterns so I can get into a groove and play the same thing over and over again. And with my left hand, I'm just playing basic chord shapes. In this case, the chords of G and D, which we already know from the first 2 lessons. So the most important thing about fingerpicking is what to do with the fingers and thumb on our right hand. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get those fingers in the right position. Now the basic fingerpicking position for most of what I'm going to teach you requires that you put your first finger above the G string, the 3rd string here. Your second finger above the B string or the 2nd string here. And your 3rd finger above the E string, the top E string or the 1st string here. And then your thumb is left to play whatever string the bass note for that particular chord occurs in. So for example, on the chord of D, the bass note will be on that open D string, the 4th string. So when we're playing the chord of D, we'll start off with our thumb playing that 4th string. Then in this particular song, the fingerpicking pattern is thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So if you play a D shape with your left hand and get the fingers in your right hand in the right position, then that pattern should sound like this. Thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now let's change our left hand to a G major chord shape. Now where do you suppose the bass note is in that G major chord? Well, it's on the lowest string, the E string, G. So that's the lowest note, the bass note in the chord. So in this particular chord, the chord of G, our thumb is going to play the 6th string, or the bottom E string. So on the chord of G, the pattern should sound like this. Thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now one thing that's really important when you're fingerpicking, especially in this song, is to try and let those notes ring out for as long as possible. To do that, you've got to make sure you've really got those chord shapes on nice and cleanly, so that none of the fingers on your left hand are blocking any of the strings that they shouldn't do. Likewise, the fingers on your right hand have got to be nice and clearly on the correct strings and not touching any of the other strings, because you don't want them to muffle any of the other strings when you're plucking them. I'm going to go ahead and break this song down for you section by section, but at the end of this lesson, we're going to go ahead and play through the entire song together. So don't go anywhere, because at the end of this video, we'll have a little play-along party where you and me will sing the entire thing through nice and slow together. So the verse for this song is literally just made up of those two chords of D and G, like this. D, D, G, G, D, D, G, G. Now you'll probably have to start off pretty slowly when you're doing this, because it will take a little bit of time to get your fingers used to moving in this way. But on the final time round, the second time we play that last G, what I like to do is play thumb 1, 2 once. Then I lift up my third finger from that bottom E string and put my first finger on the second fret, the F sharp. And I'll play thumb 1, 2 again. And then that takes us into our chorus, where we go to that chord of E minor and start playing the thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 pattern again in full. And again, of course, the bass note for the E minor chord is that open bottom E string. So after the E minor, we go to the chord of A. And of course, the bass note for the chord of A is that open A string. So in this instance, on the chord of A, the thumb will be playing the 5th string. And that whole chorus is just the chord of E minor to A 3 times. So remember, the verses are just D to G, and the chorus is just E minor to A. And the song carries on in that same vein until after the next chorus, where we go to the bridge. And we have to learn a couple of new chord shapes. By the way, in case you guys were wondering, this beautiful guitar was given to me by my good friends at Carla. I have an affiliate link with them, which means if you click on that link, then you will save money on anything on the Carla website, including this guitar. Personally, I love this particular model because of the cool gloss finish. It's also nice and thin and lightweight, being a travel guitar, and it's got a great built-in tuner here, which makes it nice and easy to tune up. I never have to look for or worry about where my clip-on tuner is, and it's even got a built-in equalizer, which means I can plug it in and rock out by plugging it into my computer or an amp. If you'd like to find out more about this particular guitar or any of the ukuleles or instruments that I use in any of my videos, then click on the special link below, and just because you follow me, the ukulele teacher, you'll get money off anything on the Carla website. The two new chords we need for the bridge are F sharp and B minor. Now, I did briefly teach you B minor in the second lesson, but I'm going to show it to you again now because it'll make a bit more sense in context. To play the chord of B minor, get that A minor shape, but instead of playing it with your first, second, and third fingers, play it with your second, third, and fourth fingers, like this. Then all you've got to do for the chord of B minor is slide that whole shape up 1, 2 frets, like this, and then bar, i.e. push down with your first finger, across all 5 of the strings on the second fret. And that's the chord of B minor. Now, to play the chord of F sharp, it's very, very similar to B minor. What you have to do is move that entire shape up 1 string closer to you. The chord of F sharp should sound like this. So those two new shapes aren't maybe the easiest chords to play, but they're very, very similar, and we can already see patterns that'll help us to make it easier for us to remember them. And because the song kicks up a gear when the bridge starts, we're going to stop with the finger picking with our right hand, and we're going to start to strum. But because this song is in 6/8 and not 4 time like most of the songs that we've learned so far are, the down, down, up, down, up pattern simply won't fit. We need to learn a new strumming pattern that'll sound good with the song that we're playing. And the strumming pattern that I've chosen is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, like this. And then the chords for the end of the bridge are C to G to C to A minor. Carry on with that same strumming pattern. When you feel like you're alone, you're not we spoke in the last lesson about those minor chords sounding unresolved or sort of unfinished somehow. So we end the bridge on that minor chord, and it does leave you wanting something more concrete. And then we go back into that lovely, happy place of D major. And basically just carry on playing those chords of D and G to end the song. So in a minute, we're going to go ahead and play through the whole song from start to finish. Just you and me together, nice and slow, from the top, the entire thing. Everything you need is going to be right here on the screen for you to follow along. If you'd like a PDF song sheet to help you put the whole thing together, then sign up today to patreon.com/Uteacher. You get a PDF song sheet with every lesson. You get loads of bonus Patreon exclusive behind the scenes material, including extra lessons and loads of other cool perks, goodies, and rewards as well, including each lesson at least 24 hours before the rest of the world. Not only that, but by supporting me on Patreon, it means I can carry on making these lessons for you. So now, if you're quite sure you're ready, let's go ahead and play through the entire song together, nice and slow from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When the day is long and the night is yours alone, and you're sure you've had enough of this life. Well, hang on, don't let yourself go. Everybody cries. Everybody hurts sometimes. Sometimes everything is wrong. Now it's time to sing along when your day is night alone. Hold on if you feel like letting go. Hold on when you think you've had too much of this life. Well, hang on. Everybody hurts. Take comfort in your friends. Everybody hurts. Don't throw your hand. Oh. Don't throw your hand when you feel like you're alone. You're not alone. If you're on your own in this life, the days and nights are long. When you think you've had too much of this life to hang on. And that's how to play Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Don't forget, I post a brand new guitar lesson each and every Wednesday, plus a brand new ukulele lesson every single Sunday. So if you like what you see and if you're having fun learning, then be sure to subscribe now and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/uteacher, for loads of bonus lessons, PDF song sheets, and other cool perks, goodies, and rewards as well. And until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.